What is it with Travis Konecny and empty net goals? You may remember just a couple of months back, the Flyers, down a goal, pulled their goalie, which led to Ovechkin scoring an empty netter. And then, in the dying seconds, goalie still pulled, he got loose to score another, which at the time Konecny apparently wasn't happy about, and he proceeded to go after Ovi. It led to a bit of a scrum, and yeah, he did talk about it after the game, and said that from his perspective, Ovechkin had deked on the empty netter, and that was what had pissed him off. But I don't know, I don't really see it either way. That's what made him upset that time. Well, with that in mind, in last night's Flyers-Canucks game, we saw something similar. Now, this was a close one for the most part. Coming into the third, the Canucks were up by just a goal at 3-2. Nearing the midway point of the period, though, the Flyers, in their own end, give it up. Besser puts one on net, and while it appears to be covered at first, Di Giuseppe finds the loose puck, and they pull up by a pair. Now, needing two, the Flyers pulled hard early, and then almost immediately got on the power play. About as good as it gets when you're in that position. But despite that two-man advantage, Pettersson is able to steal the puck, turns around, and on a beautiful play, scores a cross-ice empty netter. I just always love how easy these skill players make this look. But yeah, so at this point, despite the game getting pretty out of reach, the Flyers, still on the power play, decide, hey, let's pull hard again. And just over a minute after the first, Pettersson, this time from mid-ice, with his 5th point of the game, scores his 2nd shorthanded empty netter of the night. And this is when Konecny, a solid 3 seconds or so after Pettersson had possession, takes a blindsided run at Pettersson. Now, no, it wasn't an earth-shattering hit, not by any means, but anytime a player is not expecting it, it is absolutely a dangerous play to do something like this. Pettersson, maybe getting the wind knocked out of him a bit, I'm not sure, didn't look too comfortable immediately after, and I'm sure he'll be fine, but that's not the point. I wish there was better footage of this, as neither of the feeds showed it, but according to the commentators, both Miller and Shen went after Konecny, who wanted no part of them skating away and went straight to the bench instead. So just all in all, this is a gutless, dirty, cheap shot to take for absolutely no reason. This is completely unnecessary, and what are you upset about? You pulled your goalie for a man advantage to try and come back in the game. No one's going to stop trying. It's all fair game from there if someone scores on you. It is what it is. It reads more like he's a sore loser than anything. Now, I'm not a Canucks fan, by the way, but hitting a guy a solid 3 seconds late on an empty net goal and then proceeding to get right off the ice just doesn't look good to me. With that said, though, to lighten the mood, there was an hilarious exchange between Pettersson and Kuzmenko earlier in the game that I wanted to highlight real quick as well. Kuzmenko on the bench, I guess, had requested that he get some Pepsi and a banana on the bench. Now, Pettersson appears to ask, is it Coke? To which Kuzmenko responds, it's Pepsi. But it's Pettersson's head shake and just look of disapproval that got me on this one. But all in all, after this game, the Flyers take their 4th loss in a row, and the Canucks snap their 3-game losing streak, getting back in the win column. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.